you guys see me? If not, so what? Doesn't really matter. You'll get the message, but we'll get to cabin essence. And I understand being objectified. I used to understand being objectified by women from a bird's eye point of view, it started when I was in college, you know what I'm saying? You see a tall, attractive 6-foot tall man with eccentric clothing, and very charismatic. That's not what I meant. What I really meant is that, if you're a tall, slightly attractive, pleasant to look at, 6-foot tall man with somewhat decent clothing, all right, you're gonna get some woman who stare at you. It's a given, all right? It's just what comes by default, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, when it comes to being truly objectified, there's an experience I had back last year, all right? I tried to get into a relationship with this woman, but long story short, she only saw me for what she wanted to see me as, all right? A big hunky piece of dark chocolate meat, all right? And I would have been fine with that if I wasn't someone that was, asking and not expecting, but trying to like request something more from said transactional relationship. You probably know where this is going. Not saying that a relationship that only includes, sexual desires can't be a long-standing one. It's just something that, you don't really want. It's easier to have that than to have something that's actually long-standing with someone else. So it's just a matter of easier or harder, not like better or worse. Right? So to make a short story long, okay, I met her at the gym. She's looking at me like crazy. Okay, first things first. Okay, I was at the gym. I was doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was probably running at the time. And she's a very attractive woman. Okay, she's very attractive. Does that give me any reason to approach? I'm not the approaching type. I'm sorry. So all I do, frame mog. That's all I'm doing the entire time. But then, she's staring back at me. All right, she's staring at me. She's giving me the eye. And I'm trying to verify, right? That's just one look. It was like mind you, I'm on a running track field. You go one rotation, she's still staring. All right, go another. We're making deadly eye contact. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, as a lion, it's ready to pounce. I'm ready to pounce. You know what I'm saying? Go up to her, approach her. And as I'm walking, she's, looking back and stuff like that, saying, oh. You know what I'm saying? And, we get to chatting. And she immediately gives me the phone number. I didn't even ask for it. All right. I thought I was in the green for, something more, something precious to start. We get to texting, right? Giving me immediate, oh my God. Giving me immediate green flags. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Feel me? And then 2 weeks come in and I get a text at like 11:30 to 12. All right. This woman's drunk, damn near blackout drunk. She's asking if she can come over to my place. She's asking for the address. I'm cautious because I'm like, what the hell? Because I'm sorry. I'm deep in enemy territory. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been in this type of situation. All right. I'm still a virgin. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I kind of would have brushed that off if it didn't happen a second time, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, I talked to her about, the fact that I want to stay a virgin until things can be sorted out, until, this forms into something, maybe marriage or something like that. All right, because I'm also kind of deep in the Christian faith. And she said she's cool with it. Okay, cool. All right. And we're still talking, we're still chatting and stuff like that. A month later. Okay, so I realized I've left a lot of things out because I can't do anything in one take for the life of me. I just got a notification right now, I'm looking at it. But anyways, holy cow. Okay, so, you know how I said, I really was veering for a relationship and, she really, really wasn't. Okay, this is how bad it was. For one, the longest we've ever held hands was like 20 seconds and that was the only time we held hands. Okay, that's one. Two, all right. I once asked her, when she was ovulating, she told me she was ovulating, by the way. I asked her, hey, what's my name? All right, I was seeing if she would know that for fun. I was trying to see if she can pronounce my name because it's kind of eccentric. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. She was laughing it off and just showed me my phone contact, which spelt my name wrong, by the way. And three, all right, we would barely talk in person. We would either call like once a week, or I would get to see her whenever I'd be begging for 3-4 times through text or through call or whatever. All right. So we only saw each other twice or 3 times per week. I wish I had a number 4, but I can't really remember anything. All right. I get another drunk call. All right. She's blackout drunk again. All right. And she's saying, hey, when can we link? Let's link right now. And it's I hesitated again because again, I told her my position when it comes to this. I'm not that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, you're so freaking lame. But the first time before, she didn't really say much. She was like, okay, this, that. It'll come eventually, But then the second time she was like, oh, shit, you're so lame. Oh my gosh. Why are men always like this? Oh yeah, by the way, about one thing about this woman, sidetrack. I'm sorry if this story is super, what can I say? Non-linear, but I have to get this out. All right. Her phone screen, she showed me her phone screen. It was a picture of a woman holding a man's penis and throwing it in the trash. What I was saying, right? Okay, so boom, second drunk test comes in. All right, weird coincidence. Okay, we gradually stopped texting. All right, it's very gradual. We gradually stopped texting, but the thing is, I think she told me during those times that she's more comfortable with calling due to the fact that she's also working this part-time job, which I'm wholly okay with. If it wasn't for the fact that you're also, you know, texting me at, you know, the middle of the freaking night to ask about when can we link, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay with me. I'm fine. We start texting and we start to call a lot more. And whenever we call, it always just feels like it was always a bad time to call. Like every time I tried to call after work, you know, just to be polite, you know, I don't want to like get in the way of anything. It always seemed like there was something wrong with me calling her. All right. It always seemed like it was some type of inconvenience. All right. Whenever I talked, it's like, what do you want? And how she only wanted to, like, you know, link with me when she was drunk. Like, it just boggles my mind. Like, I'm sorry, I'm thinking here. I'm stimming here. But anyways, you know, moral of the story, when it comes to that, all right, it's just really where you put your priorities. And for me, I like to be, when it comes to like wanting a relationship, I want to be that guy that's not just, you know, a convenience. All right. I want to be the guy that someone would always put effort for, you know, something like that. And whenever I'm objectified and solely being objectified, all right, it always is very flattering. All right. A woman wanting me. But when it comes to that level of want from the woman who objectified me disturbs me due to the fact that it's never going to be in interest of, oh yeah, who is this guy really? It's really just who I'm not. When it comes to that, I've always felt like when it comes to future relationships after like whatever happened with her, I just kind of felt like I couldn't so too much. I couldn't really be as much as I wanted to be in relationships with anyone. And it also kind of just veered off into, you know, interpersonal relationships with, not family, but friends. You know what I'm saying? Just like people I'm trying to get close with. Like, there would be a time where I just wouldn't be saying as much to keep my mystique. And that reason for mystique is that people who objectify you only want what you're not. They only need what they can't. If that makes sense. Situation that I had with this woman. Did I appreciate it? Yes. You know, did it make me frame Mog even more? Does it make me frame Mog even more in the future? Of course, heck yes.